When the eggs are bigger, the shell is thinner. So when the shell is thinner, the bacteria can enter the eggs much easier.
Are you eating the safest eggs at home? Today I'm really excited to have this incredible gentleman, and I'll let him to introduce while we go into very important topics, questions that I grew up asking every single day or every time when I go to the kopitiam and have my kopi and my half-boiled eggs. And today the gentleman we have here is Mr. Ma.
Yeah, I'm Mr. Ma from N&N Agriculture.
Mr. Ma, thank you so much for your time and allowing us to do this incredible behind-the-scene footage and interview with you. I was so excited earlier when I was taking a quick glimpse of your site. It was really impressive, to be honest. I didn't know there's so much work going behind getting some eggs on the shelf.
Yes.
I was totally blown away. And I'm really thankful for the opportunity today to share with all of our viewers so much about eggs, something that we eat almost every single day, right? In our meals, whether it's breakfast, lunch, or dinner, a typical meal of a Singaporean. And without knowing how is the eggs made, where does it come from, apart from coming from chickens or hens, but actually what is the whole process behind. But what I would like to jump in and ask you a few very important questions that's been in my mind. And first question I have is this: how do we pick eggs that are antibiotic free? This has been a question that everyone has been asking, right? So how do you pick antibiotic free eggs, or is there even such thing?
I think currently under SFA regulation, all eggs must be antibiotic free. Okay, even including those are imported from overseas, it must be antibiotic free. So Singapore government is very, very strict on this aspect, and they will do a periodic check. For us, is every month, SFA officer will come to take sample from our farm to test. Besides testing the eggs, they will do a blood test, they will do a feed test, and even do a water test and environmental test to see environment issue, whether there's any salmonella in the farm. For the feed, for the hens on the eggs, are all the antibiotic tests.
And later we are also going to cover very interesting questions around the variety of eggs that are available on the supermarket shelves today. How do we pick that? So we're going to come to that. And the second question is this, right? There is always a saying that my friends tell me, Ma, if you want to pick your Kampung eggs, Kampung chicken eggs, right? You look at the color of the eggshell. So now we have two beautiful trays of eggs from your side. Is it true that this lighter color represents Kampung chicken? Okay,
what I can say is that when we talk about Kampung chicken, we are talking about the breed. Okay, in the olden day, in the Kampung area, there is no proper chicken shed to house the hens to lay the eggs. So the hens basically running outside. So that end up to say that is a Kampung eggs. But the eggs, and because at that point the Kampung eggs color is similar to this color.
Yes.
So we only change the way the hen is being bred. So in the past they may be running the Kampung area, but right now because due to the bird flu issue, because bird flu can transmit in the environment, and if the hens is running outside, it may be contacted and it get infected. So that's why under SFA rule that all hens must be housed inside the chicken house, and we so call it the cage eggs. Okay, and Singapore land is scarce, so we don't have the luxury for a free range or pasture eggs, or even a cage free is very so-called labor intensive.
There is another part that I've been questioning, where is it a truth or myth? Some of my hearsays that I've been told is that if the color of the yolk is more orangey, means that one is a better quality of egg. Is that true?
It's not true. Basically, I think the yolk color is depend on what you feed them. Okay, you feed them barley or all the white things, the yolk will be more yellow. When you feed them with corn, with something carrots, then the yolk will be more oranges.
Awesome. Thank
Okay?
you. Wow.
Whether is it safe or fresh or not, or better or not, you have to look at the albumin, the first layer of the egg white, the thickness, but seldom people will look at that. But people are more looking at the yolk, whether is it stand up in the pouch or is flat.
So if I were to break it, does it stand out or is it flat?
If it stand up, then it's very fresh. When it's flat, it means it have started to deteriorate.
Wow,
Yeah.
thank you. This is a new technique that I've just learned. Wow, very good. Thank
But
you.
I think you see others in the advert, you see that people can pick it up. So that is also a form of saying whether the eggs are fresh or not.
Interesting. Wow, thank you. And does the size of the eggs determine also the quality of the egg?
I
Or
don't
it's
think
more of
I don't
the-
think that correlate to the quality of the eggs, but rather than the bigger the eggs come from, the older the hens. So, and as I say, egg is a potential hazardous food.
Yes.
Why is it so? It's because they are porous. So when the eggs are bigger, the shell is thinner. So when the shell is thinner, the bacteria can enter the eggs much easier.
I see.
So that will affect the shelf life or the quality of the eggs.
Makes sense. For a normal viewer here that is not an egg expert, is there a certain requirement to say that I use bigger eggs when it comes to certain method of cooking or baking versus the smaller ones? For example, if we are going for hard boil, should we use the bigger ones or the small ones? Is there such rules behind?
There is no such rule, but I think in terms of egg sizes, you want the volume is mainly for like bakery. What they want is volume because they don't want to keep on cracking eggs. Cracking 2 eggs to get 1 big egg crack is
Yes.
double job. So in that case, and because the final product they have is fully cooked, then that doesn't matter whether you use a big eggs or small eggs. But definitely you must have the eggs must be still edible and still safe to eat lah.
Right.
Yeah.
Mr. Ma, why sometimes when I crack my egg, I see that black little dot on the yolk? It happens sometimes. Is that normal?
Oh, that is a natural phenomenon because as I say, when the eggs is formed, when the yolk is formed first, so the blood vessel may burst during the egg yolk formation, and so that they will decompose it on the egg yolk. But at times they will also have the blood spot on the egg white. That was when they are forming the eggs down their oviduct, and then the same thing when the blood vessel bursts, that will also form a blood stain on the egg white as well.